up, powerful people? Welcome to the Power Perspective. It's your girl, Vash, aka the Life Get Together. And I want to thank you so much for joining me on this segment of Ask Vash. Y'all know what it is. Send those questions and we'll approach every one of them from a place of power. I'm excited about this question. I'm always excited about the question. I don't know why I say that every video. I'm excited about every question. And while I'm there, I just want to thank each and every one of you for your likes, your shares, your comments, for subscribing. Y'all are amazing. Y'all make this so easy for me to do. Like, already I'll be excited about the Power Perspective because it changed my life. But when I know it helps y'all, that make it even that much more exciting for me. So anyways, let me go ahead and jump into this video. The question is, am I wrong for letting go of friends who are not stepping up and being real friends? Now, the person who sent this question also wanted me to know that they're talking about long-term friendships, long-standing friendships that they've had for years now, okay? So that's important for us to keep in mind as well, because it ain't just on fly-by-night, like you don't even know this person for real, okay, should I be? No, people that you've known for years. This person is feeling like their friends are not showing up at the same intensity as they're showing up for them, and that the friends are not seeing it. So would they be wrong to let go of friends who are not stepping up and being real friends? You already know I don't give no yes or no answers, really. We have to break it down because you need to approach this from a place of power. Power includes having the information that's necessary to make the decision. You don't want to just make a crass decision and you don't even know what's going on for real. So that's a power tip anyways. Get all the information. So let's go. What's some stuff we want to remember when it comes down to friendships, relationships, period? All relationships are relative and subjective. Okay? Relative and subjective. Another thing we want to remember is that all relationships are used to fulfill a basic need of belonging and love, but the conditions and the expectations vary by society and household norms. Okay? They can change depending on what society you're in, depending on the household you grew up in, okay? And also we want to remember that all relationships evolve. And the evolution of a relationship is based on the individuals involved, growth, and collective growth. Because it's not just enough to grow on an individual level. You and your friends, or whatever type of relationship we're talking about here, have to grow on a collective level as well, okay? And the evolution of the relationship is directly based on that. So that means there are a lot of variables to think about when we're talking about how the relationship has evolved over the years. Okay, so those things we want to remember just for a few reasons here. Right or wrong, it's basically showing us that right or wrong is not even a concept here. It doesn't even come into play. Right and wrong, it's no objective truth really when it comes down to friendships and relationships. There are goals. Each friendship or relationship has their own unique goals, and those unique goals have to come with unique choices to get there. So I would rather say, instead of right or wrong, I would rather say, are your choices in this friendship progressive to our goal, or is it regressive away from our goal? So look at it that way. Also, when you look at it that way, it allows you to give yourself and the parties involved more grace. Like, literally, it's built by, or the conditions and expectations are built on a societal and household level. We're not all in the same household. So it allows you to give yourself grace, allows you to give the other person grace, okay? And also, it shows us that no two individuals see relationships or friendships the same way. Not exactly. We can have like characteristics, especially if we're in the same society, but you have like characteristics, but no two people will see relationships and friendships exactly the same. And it doesn't affect whether the person really loves you or really wants to be a friend to you all the time. Sometimes it does, okay? But I want you to keep that in mind. So let's go. What's the first thing we need to do then? Knowing all of what we know, how do we even approach this? Y'all know where I'm going, right? You gotta know. Deal with yourself first. Y'all know. Why y'all didn't say that? Why didn't you say, over here we deal with ourselves first, right? So let's go in our emotional intelligence bag, okay? How many of you really sit down and write it down maybe, or just think about, why do I see friendships, relationships, or whatever, why do I see them the way that I see them? What makes me have this specific condition and expectation where somebody else may not have that? Where did I get this from? Have you ever just sat down and thought about that? Okay, so emotional intelligence will have us to sit down and take an inventory of where we picked up these cues and conditions and ideas and expectations of friendship. Okay, so where do we find this answer? In your mama house. Okay, in your mama house and your daddy house. Okay, you need to figure out, how did you see your parents handle and maintain friendships? Did you see them talk to them all the time? Did they have a weeknight where they went out with their friends? And, did you have relationship with their friends too? Like, was that automatically auntie, or like little things like that? In our community, everybody is a cousin and an auntie and an uncle. I got lots of cousins that we ain't blood. That's just what we do. You know what I'm saying? So think about how you saw your parents or guardians maintain friendships. And then that'll give you a good indication of where you started to get some of this criteria. And then it'll help you understand that the other person has a story like you. There is the grace, okay? So after you step up out that emotional intelligence bag, let's get up in that communication bag, because now you have like this balanced understanding of how you view friendships and why, right? Because you did the work for real, right? Okay. So now you can reach out to your friend or friends and have this type of conversation that you had within yourself, have it with them. Okay, so first of all, it's pretty heavy conversation, so you may want to ask them for a time frame, not just call them, hey, you know what, I don't feel like you being a friend to me. You don't want to catch them off guard like that. So maybe ask them for a space where you all can sit down and have a great conversation, a real in-depth conversation about this, okay? So when you get to the conversation, you want to see where they are, just like you took inventory of where you were. Maybe they've never done that before, so you're gonna ask them the same things you asked yourself, like, well, how did you view friendships? How do you set up what expectations you have? What are your expectations? We never talked about what your expectations are in friendship, okay? We never talked about how you express and show love, because love language is talked about when it comes down to romantic relationship, but it's not talked about enough when it comes down to friendship. And it still matters. Like, if your friend really feels the most love when you do something for them that they needed to get done, that would be what they call that, acts of service. If they really feel cared about and loved when there is some sort of acts of service going on, when you want to show your friends some love or really do something for them, or say you want to get them some sort of gift or something that they would like, you have an understanding of their love language, and you can do that. You can move that way. You may not be a person that wants that. Maybe you're a person that wants your friend to give you hugs more, or maybe you're a person that wants your friend to tell you that they love you more. Based on your love language, your friend will know how to express the love to you. Otherwise, it's very difficult. The expression of love is too much of a variable. Everybody's household, their people, their family express love in a different way. Some of those expressions may seem like an attack to you. You know what sidebar, y'all know I'm finna go on the sidebar, right? So my trainer, hey Shantae, when I got my CDL, when I got in her truck, now she was cool when we had our interview, everything, we was cool. So I'm like, yeah, I think we're gonna be good. You know what I'm saying? Da 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 da. We talked about a lot of stuff. We communicated about what we wanted and what we didn't want. Communication. But anyways, I have a tangent for the tangent. Anyway, so when we got in the truck, there'd be times when she talked to me so rough. I'd be like, well, dog, did I mess up that? Like, I thought it was just like, oh my gosh, she really starting to hate me, da da da. But she would talk to me rough when, I don't know, just like explaining stuff to me, whatever it was. So anyways, we had to go to her hometown. She had some stuff to do at home. So we went to her hometown. Her aunt came and picked us up from the truck. And so her and her aunt are talking about something, and they was like loud talk. Like, to me, it was yelling. But when I sat there and I saw that, my mind clicked like, oh, that's just how she talks. When she's passionate about something, she may get loud. That's just how she talks. And I see her and her family member doing the same thing, and they not about to come to blows or nothing. They just talking. So that made me feel better. It made me understand, okay, it's not me. Y'all remember I told y'all in a past video, your life is your story? And that goes for everything. It's like, you never have to look at something like somebody is doing it directly to you. They're not just trying to be nasty to you or trying to, for the most part. Now, you got some people that, I'm not even gonna go on that tangent. That'll be another video where we talk about stuff like that. But anyways, for the most part, the people who love you, they are not trying to just aggravate you and do things that you hate or do things that they know would piss you off, okay? So having that understanding, first understanding yourself and being able to explain why you see things that way, and then being able to talk to another person to get the understanding of why they see things. It is so important. Or you'll be walking around here thinking that you don't have a friend, and you about to let go of somebody who loves you for real and who has your best interest at heart just because you don't want to communicate. Come on. You know, these friendships, our close friendships, are mirrors for us. So when there are some conflicts or misunderstandings, these are your opportunities for growth. These are the opportunities in which you level up. They are important. So no, you just don't cut a situation off without the understanding. I told y'all that in the last video. Once you get the understanding and understand what lesson it is that you're to learn, then you can release it with your power because you grew as a result of it, okay? So this part, the communication bag part of it, is so important. I need y'all to communicate through things. Stop just shutting things off because you feel a way. Because your feelings could be based in fear. It could be based in rejection. It could be based in abandonment that person didn't even do to you. It wasn't even them for real, or why you felt like that. You know what I'm saying? So that was a tangent, but that was real because that came straight from the ethers. So somebody needs to hear that. You're hopping around from friendship to friendship. You can't keep a friend, or relationship to relationship, because you're not doing your work. When conflict comes, you run. When something happens, you just get upset about it and you drop it and you leave it without getting understanding. So now what's going to happen is you're going to go, what I told y'all, it'll keep happening again and again. I'm telling you, all these videos, they flow right into each other. I told y'all last week, or the week before last one, that it happens over and over again because your life is your story. You're going to learn this lesson, or you'll keep failing it and you'll keep going in that same cycle over and over again. This is why people will date the same type of person over and over again, because they don't get the understanding of what that relationship they were in was mirroring to them about themselves. All they stuck in is, oh, this person hurt me, or they did this, they said that wrong to me, and that's all they can think about, and they step. Okay? So when these conflicts happen, these are your opportunities for growth. Okay? So So once you get that effective communication going, I'm going back to what we're talking about here. Once you get that effective communication going, then you will have enough information to make a more informed decision of whether you should let it go. And letting it go looks many ways too. Depending on the information that you gather, it will tell you whether you really just need to run away from this person because they really have ill intentions or ill feelings towards you, okay? Or the letting go could be, I put this person in a position that they don't have the capacity to really feel. That's on me, because it is on you. Everything always comes back to you. So if you put a person in a position in your life that they were not adequately prepared to feel, that's because you didn't do your due diligence ahead of time. Now, if we talk long-term friendships, I get it. There is evolution, okay? So every now and again, friendships even need to take stock of what's going on. Look at who you consider your closest people and take inventory of if you're growing and evolving in the way that you would hope. Then can you come to a compromise to get there? Or if not, release and love. Release and love. Hey, we could be cool every now and again. We may hit each other up or see each other, and that's fine. But as far as us conversing every single day, or me being there for you when you're like, you have certain things that you could do for people. I have something that I use to govern myself when it comes down to friendships. Wealthy people, they have charities that they donate to, but they also have investments that they put seed into. So they're smart about the investments that they decide to sow into. They do research on the investments to make sure that this, if I put into this, will it give me the return that I'm looking for? Okay, so that's key for your investment people. They need to be vetted and researched, tried and true, okay? And then they have charities. Really only with a charity, they really only want to know that it's going towards something that they believe in, or sometimes they don't even care about, they just want to give back because that's a form of seed as well. But the difference is the charity doesn't give back to the investor or the person that is giving to the charity. They don't give anything back. They only take, okay? They're taking for a good purpose, but that's all it is a take. And the wealthy person does not look to receive from the charity people, okay? So I use that concept when it comes down to my friendships. There are some people that are more acquaintances, I know them from here and there. We may have had interaction, but I can give a certain amount when it comes down to those situations. Only so much. It won't be much, but what I pour into are the investments that I have vetted. I pour into them because they pour right back into me. Okay? There's a reciprocity there. There is a direct energy exchange, a cipher of an energy exchange. You know what I'm saying? Whereas, even though you do give to charities, you do receive, because that is still seed. So you're still going to receive something, but it won't be directly from that source. Now imagine if you were pouring into a charity the way you would pour into an investment, thinking that you're going to get a return from charity. You're not going to get it, and you will be frustrated, okay? So learning how to properly place people in your life is very important. Very important. I'm going to go ahead. This is a long one. I guess I felt the passion in this one. And we could always continue a conversation. Submit your questions. And my one-on-ones are lit for anybody who's dealing with a situation like this and really needs some guidance on how to move into taking inventory of the people around you. I got you. My one-on-ones are lit. We can speak directly to your situation, and you will be so much better for it. Hit me up if you need it, okay? I want you to do what's best for you, but be informed. Don't just toss a situation away because you feel away. Try to come to an understanding. And you may discover that you have some wild expectations that most people are not expecting or never saw before. You could be seeing that, okay, maybe this expectation of mine needs a little bit more balance, or I could compromise a little bit there. You will learn, you know what I'm saying, that part of yourself as well, which is important. It's going to help you to be a better friend. They have an ideal of what's going on with the friendship on their side too. So definitely do what's best for you. Just be informed when you do it. And it may just be, again, a revamp of how you place people. Placing people in the proper space in your life based on what they have the ability to do is important. Know their abilities. Know their abilities so you will know where you can put them, okay? So I love y'all. I'm out of here. Thank you so much again. And I will see y'all next time. And in the meantime, stay powerful.